I was gonna wait. So my bad, school. I was gonna wait to bring up this point, but since you already brought it up, Travis Hunter. Obviously, we all can agree he was probably the best player in the draft. Obviously, he played receiver and DB in college. Do you think that translates, or do you think he will be effective in the league, playing both ways, or just more of like special packages? Because we all know he wants to play both sides full time. That's what he does. He says he gets bored when he doesn't do it. Do you think in the NFL with a bunch of grown men, stronger men, do you think he could be as effective as he was in college in the NFL doing that same thing?
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's less plays in NFL games than there are in college football games. Um, so the wear and tear on his body, obviously he's gonna be playing against grown men, but I absolutely think he can still do it, you know. How long does he do it for? I don't know, but he's gonna do it this year.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Right.
I'm kind of the same way. I think they should really just unleash him and let him play both sides full time. That's all he's known since high school. So I think that's the Travis Hunter you drafted. That's the best that you'll get the best version of Travis Hunter. And so I think he should play full time offense, full time defense, and he'll probably be their best offensive player or second best. You got Brian Thomas, but he'll definitely be their best DB for sure. Scoop. Finishing off with you.
Sorry,
Yep.
I definitely don't think he plays to the extent that college was. Yes, it's less plays, but it's a longer season as well. So when you have that into consideration, I just think, man, man, thank God he made it through college just with that much plays, but I don't know how long that will last. Like Johnny was saying, I do think if they do just ease it up a little bit. I think he'll play mainly defense and have a couple of drives on offense, but it just won't be the same extent that we're used to with Travis Hunter.
See,
And
here's the
I agree with Anthony on that part too. I think it's gonna be some special things. But I think it's gonna be the other side. I think it's mainly offense and sometimes you'll be on defense. And just for the lone fact, man, imagine putting yourself in his shoes. One play you got to guard DK, and the next one you getting guarded by Jalen Ramsey. And from an NFL standpoint, but like it's a business. You gotta master your position, master your art. So I mean, it'll be Jacksonville's best interest not to unleash him just because you get the longevity of Travis and see what he become before outwearing him. You don't want to put miles on a brand new car.
if
the only
if let me oh go ahead, Aaron, my bad. I have a
I was gonna
question
say
though. Go ahead.
the only problem I have with him, like Anthony, you said primarily defense, package him up on offense. The only problem I can see, not really a problem, but when you see him on the field on offense, you kind of know as a defense like something's coming if he's not going to be a full-time player on offense, whether it's going to be a strictly pass play. They didn't really run a lot of trick plays in college for him, so I don't really see him as a trick play type of guy. But if you see him come on the field on offense as a receiver, you know it kind of tips off the defense. Oh, they're passing it for sure. So I don't think that's a great way to go about it, especially with his skill set. You need him on the field because he's going to be one of your best players. But that's
Better
just
use
my
that to your advantage.
I don't know.
Use him
The
as
advantage is just having them on the field at all times when you can. Like Johnny mentioned, the game is slower. It is a longer season, but the game, you go from running 80 plays, maybe especially at Colorado, 70 to 80 plays to maybe 50 to 60 now. And then practices are much lighter. I know Dion had him on a lighter schedule in college because he was already playing both ways, but we know how the NFL practices, especially during the season. I I would highly be surprised if they're like full pads in the middle of the season throughout the week. It's probably just shoulder pads or something. So I think the best way to take advantage of Travis is to play him full time, both sides. So I know you had a question, Johnny.
No, so if you're the Jaguars who just traded a bunch to move up to draft this kid, if you're the coach and this kid, Travis Hunter's telling you that he wants to go both ways, as the coach, you're telling him no?
Can't. Oh,
Can't
that
That's what I'm saying.
can't do
Like,
that.
this
Can't.
kid's
I mean,
telling you, coach,
it
I've
depends.
done this.
It depends what your plan is for him. Like if your plan is if you see him as a great DB or if you see him as a great wide receiver, obviously you can see him as both. Whatever his plan is for him, if his plan don't align with Travis playing, he can always say, "No, it happens all the time," right? It's not like he can't do it. And if he does do it at a high level, his next contract, he should be the highest non QB because he's doing it on both sides. Shoot, he should maybe even be in that conversation with some contracts with the QBs because you're doing it on both sides. So I think as a coach, I think you're the also you have to think of it as an investment. Like, yes, he is a great athlete. Yes, he can bring a lot of productivity. But at the same time, I gotta think of the safety value in that of having double the risk while we're playing the game.
But you gotta think about it though, especially in the NFL, man. A DB, a corner isn't really hitting, tackling that much, and then a receiver isn't really blocking as much. It's not as egregious as people like to think it is. A lot of receivers, if you watch, they kind of just run off, hit them a little stock block. DB might try to get over, depending on how aggressive he is, but vice versa, DBs really ain't trying to tackle either unless push really comes to shove. That's just the name of the game. So I don't think it's going to be as physical on his body to begin with. That's just me personally. So I guess we'll just have to see on
It's
that.
really
Miles,
just cardio,
did you
man.
have some?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's really just cardio, and I mean, I think there was a thing that came out about Travis Hunter saying that man he don't get tired. Teammates saying like this dude's still running and the practice is over. So I think Travis Hunter is like in the best position possible. I mean, like you were saying, receiver's not really asked to do much outside of running routes unless blocking comes into play, and then as a DB, man, you might have to make a few tackles. But other than that, it's really just your conditioning for him, the biggest part, and then just strengthening up his body. But what I was really going to say was it's going to take time for him to get to that level where he can play both ways for a longer time. But I think he can do it, man. Might be the first guy we ever see win Rookie of the Year and defensive Rookie of the Year as well on both for the AFC. Never know.
But it
Be
kind it
lit.
kind of goes back to what Johnny's saying though. You traded all this money for this dude. You traded all these picks for this investment. Why throw him out to the fire when your team is not even really ready like that? You know what I'm saying? It's not a complete team. We can all agree that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Why would the grader's coming. You know, why not sitting for that? I understand. He's gonna probably start for sure both sides. We're gonna see what it's like, but I wouldn't keep him like that for the full season.
No, I'm saying throw his ass to the fire.
Sure.
Hell yeah, I just gave up all this picks, all this stuff for you.
Yeah.
Here we go. Like, I ain't telling you no. You want to go both ways? You going both
Well,
ways.
well,
Let's go.
it's a business too. So everybody wants to see that. So it's gonna happen. Everybody wants to see it. So it's
Yeah.
must see TV. So it's gonna happen. But do we keep it like that? Is the main question. And for how
That's the risk you.
Like
That's
that.
what. That's the risk you taking him, dog, because you know he's a receiver and a DB. So you got to live with whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? As long as the kid is happy. What you don't want is a disgruntled Travis Hunter because they're not letting me play receiver and DB when I want to. And now, in 3 years, you run the risk of losing that because the 49ers are like, yeah, go ahead, you could play receiver DB. We ain't tripping, and we'll give you the
And
contract.
then
Like
do the same shit.
I want him to get disgruntled. I want to see the YN
What
and
what let me ask you this and then um yeah, let me ask you this. Realistically, how long do you see him playing both sides?
till he like 32 or something, bro. Like this is all he knows though. You gotta understand that. This is not
32.
just like until you get I don't have we seen
That's like what is that
Never
10,
seen this
10 plus
before,
seasons?
that's
so
what
That's
I'm
10
saying.
plus.
That's what
Barring
I'm
any
saying.
major
But
injury,
like
yeah.
to trip
Something we never see.
to us it's crazy though, because we've all played just once we've all played both sides of the ball, but not to the extent of Travis. You know what I'm saying? He is playing for I don't know how long he's been playing football, but this is all he knows. Like he don't know just playing receiver. He don't know just playing DB. Like this is what he does. So for him, this is just normal. This is regular. For us, we seeing this, we're like, I couldn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like even at my peak of my athleticism, I was never able to do that shit. To run down the field, come back, and then guard the best receiver, while being the best receiver. Oh my, nah, like this is just normal to him. So I think it can go to as long as he wants to.
Man, y'all know his situation at home, man. That boy gotta play. or hey, he gonna lose it all. So he got to make that money, boy. So he gonna leave it
Man,
all out there on the field for
no
real.